In this lesson, we'll learn about the auditing and reviewing shortcuts for financial modeling. So first we have the F2 function, which you've learned before. The F2 function is one of the functions that helps you to edit the cell contents. So by pressing F2, you can go into the cells, you can go into the actual cells, you can move around, you can change, delete, you could add some new text and so on. But the F2 key is also very useful when you're editing or auditing your financial model. So how it would be used is that if you have links, so financial modeling models have a lot of links to each other. So you want to check whether they're connected correctly. So for example, you would press the F2 key, and what it does is it highlights the links that it's linked to. So you could directly see how it's linked. And visually, it's one of the most convenient ways to check your links. So financial modelers, many of them have a tendency to automatically press F2 ESC, move to the right, F2 ESC. This pattern is shown in a lot of modelers that I've seen. They just do it for no apparent reason sometimes. It's just one of their habits, just to press F2 ESC, move, F2 ESC, move. But basically that is to review your links and check whether it's connected correctly. Another alternative way to do that is to press the Control key and the left bracket. And for your reference, the left bracket looks like this. It's next to the P key in your keyboard. So what it does is, for example, this 2023 revenue is connected to cell R15. And by just pressing Control key and the left bracket simultaneously, it instantly jumps to the original data. So this is very useful, especially when we have links to other sheets. For example, let's say, let's make a simple link. Let's say this and this is linked, and you want to see where this number is coming from. Well, if you do it the original way, you have to check which sheet it's coming from and the cells, and you would go there and find D16. It's very convenient, but instead, just by using the Control key and the left bracket, you can jump right to the original source. When you return, of course you can return by using the Control key and the page down key, but when you return, we press F5 and enter. And that's how you return to your original place that you have started. So the Control key and the left bracket and F5 enter, these two shortcuts will be very frequently used when you're reviewing your Excel model. Next, we have another function to trace your links. It is the trace precedents function and the trace dependence function. For example, if you want to see where this $3.8 million is coming from, of course you can do a Control left bracket as well. But an alternative is, if you're on the same spreadsheet, press Alt M for formulas and P for trace precedents. So Alt M P, if you do that, it visualizes where your links are coming from, where it's coming from. So Alt MP shows where it's coming from, but on the other hand, Alt MD for trace dependence, it shows where your cells go to. So in this case, operating profit margin is a formula of EBIT divided by revenue. So in this case, we have cell 036 connected to cell O35. So there's a blue arrow marked to indicate the connections between these two cells. So Alt-MP to trace precedents and Alt-MD to trace dependence. If you want to erase all of these blue marks, the shortcuts would be Alt-M again for formula, A to remove arrows. So Alt-M AA to remove all the arrows that you have used to trace your links. One last function is the control key and the tilde key pressed together. The tilde key, for your reference, looks like this. It's next to it's right up above the tab key in your keyboard. If you press the control key and the tilde key together, what it does, it's going to show all of the datas and formulas within your cells. So if you want to take a look at the entire spreadsheet and see how what kind of data they have and how they've created formulas, this is also a way to do that. Of course, we rarely use them compared to all of the auditing and reviewing shortcuts that we have just learned. But also, one of the reasons why I'm including this in our Excel 101 course is that I've seen many students accidentally press the control key and the tilde key together. It happens mostly when you're trying to click control key and the one key together to open up a box for formatting. But they accidentally click this, they don't know how to return. Obviously, what you would do is you would just press the control key and the tilde key just once more to return to our original state. So that was our last comment on the auditing and reviewing shortcuts. So to sum up, we've learned how to review links by using the function 2 key, the F2 key. We've learned to use the control left bracket functions. We've also learned to use F5 and enter to return to its original location. Also, we've learned to trace precedents by using the Alt-MP and trace dependence by Alt-MD. Lastly, how to remove these arrows by using Alt-MAA. And lastly, show and hide formulas by pressing the control key and the tilde key together.